Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For a radio audience tuning in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad you all can be with us. Also, tuning in through iHeartRadio and Amazon Music and our other affiliates. We appreciate you all being with us as well. This is part of our Mississippi Success segment here at WYAD, and today, especially as we are recognizing the month of November as National Entrepreneurship Month, I'm excited about some of the Mississippians that we're able to feature who not only have ties to the state but also been able to make an impact outside the state lines. Today we're speaking with Anita Newson. She's also known as AnitaN The Biz Coach. We're going to talk to Anita not only about her own journey of believing in her own self and being able to build her own business, but also how she's been able to help others as well. If you guys are not staying connected with Anita, we'll let you guys know how you can be able to do that. Anita, I really appreciate you stopping by today. Thanks for the time.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. It's such an honor to be able to be here with you.
Oh, the pleasure is definitely all mine. So, Anita, first of all, congratulations on all of your success, what you've been able to do. I want to kind of begin with talking about this year for you, 2023. What has it been like for you, Anita, to kind of reflect on this year and the things that have come your way?
Well, Cyrus, it has been a year of expansion and a year of growth for me. There's a lot of things that have happened and transpired this year that I just thank God for. I wasn't really even expecting half of it, but it's all been in alignment with, what my desires and my hopes and dreams have been for, ever since I was a child, actually. So one of the things, there's been a few things happened this year. So I hosted my first funding summit back in March. That was a stretch for me to be able to do that, and something that I want to build upon to do every year, to help entrepreneurs and nonprofit CEOs and individuals just have a better understanding of how to finance their dreams and their desires, to just grow in their life. So that was the first thing I did this year. And then I got back connected with Chanel, and I became a co-author of the She Said Yes anthology. And we have been, become bestsellers internationally. That has been a desire for me since I was a little girl. I've always wanted to be a writer. That's my passion. And so with that has been, things have even grown and expanded from that to now launching on November 15th, actually, a streaming TV channel under the Zandra TV network. You Make a Difference TV. So we're going to be, talking to people in the communities, people that are doing things, that are making changes and reaching the world. So I am so honored and excited about all the things God has in store and still going on.
Yeah. I appreciate you sharing that, Anita. So I want to go back a little bit. So I want to begin with the seed of it all, because I think for a lot of people, no matter where they're from, but I think, unfortunately, the state of Mississippi is sometimes given a bad rep, and, some people are so, willing to still tie us to the past and things that may have happened in the past. Some people just see us as being backwards, and anyone who's attached to this state, they see in a certain light. Have you always known that regardless of where you are from, Anita, that you would be able to see your dreams come true?
I would say yes. However, I think it has a lot to do with, our upbringing, right? The belief that, our parents and our family and those that we're connected to as children, even, our friends and teachers and all those type of people that, speak positive things into your life. And then even when you have negative things that come your way, to have the fortitude and the resilience to even, press even past all of that. I grew up in a very small town in Mississippi, Bay Springs. We have two stoplights. That's just how small it is, And so I knew I would do something, but I didn't know, back then. Of course, we all have our dreams or desires as children, but I didn't know what it would be. The military got me out of there. I went to college first and then the military, and so that started me on this journey of I know and believe where I am now. But it all goes back to, the values and the beliefs that my mom instilled in me, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, So, yes, a lot of people, when I say I'm from Mississippi, and I'm very proud of that, people would say, first thing come to their mind is like Mississippi Bernie, and stuff like that. But, I just, I stand up for my state, and I say, that was in the past, like you said, and there's a lot of good things that have come out of Mississippi, and you and I are two of those. So, yes, I try to, definitely give a positive light to our home state.
Yeah, and I think, too, and I want to say for our audience before I get the messages, yes, I do know things are not perfect in Mississippi even today, but I do think that if anything, this year has shown us it doesn't matter where you're from. We've seen places that have said they've never experienced certain things, now experiencing those things in their state. So, things can happen anywhere, but I love the fact that, as you said, Anita, that it really does show that it doesn't matter where you're from, and I definitely have tried to use my platform to share that as well. I want to talk about the other side of that spectrum, though, Anita, and that is that by your shining your light, by your faith being in action, you've been able to touch people literally around the world. What has that felt like, to know that regardless of where you came from, what you're able to do today?
I can't even put into words just, being a part of something that's bigger than myself. It's been an honor and it's been such an experience to know that my voice is being heard, like you said, around the world. And like I said, when I was a little girl, I never thought that something like that could happen to somebody like me. But I knew that, God had placed gifts and talents within me that were able to touch lives. And it is just such all I know to say is wow. I just, God is doing his thing. I just, want to continue to avail myself to him working through me. I'm not perfect, far from it, but I just want to be able to shine my light like you said, and praying that light will illuminate, places of darkness and help others to see their way out of wherever they are.
Right. And that is a great thing. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, you're listening to Conversations Live. This is our Mississippi Success segment today. We're speaking with Anita Newson. You know her as AnitaN The Biz Coach. We're talking with her not only about her success this year, but also what it's been like for her to do great things and to be able to show other people what's possible. You mentioned, of course, some of the milestones you've been able to experience, Anita. One of the things that stops a lot of our audience, no matter where they're from, and that is fear. The fear of, okay, what if this doesn't work? What if I quote-unquote fail? What if people say I can't do it? How did you not allow that fear to stop you, Anita?
Well, I tell you that it tries to still creep up, still sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to still, push past those the self-sabotaging. When we really think about it, it's ourselves most times is our biggest, threat or enemy, because we listen to those voices that say, who wants to hear what you have to say? Who are you to, say these things, or look at you, look where you came from, and those things. But the acronym that I like to use for fear is false evidence appearing real. So it looks like it's real, and it is. There are things we have to surpass. There's things we have to face on a daily basis, right? There's challenges and situations that come up, just daily. But, having faith in God and believing in yourself, in the power and the authority that he's given us, we have to speak to those situations and those circumstances and challenges and overcome them. Does it happen automatically? Not necessarily, but it's our belief and our strength in him that allows us to, and allows me to push forward, past the fear when it tries to creep up. So I like to say, when I go on my lives, a lot of times I say, look, in this season, fear is no longer a factor. It is not a factor. So we got to push past that. So that's what I tell my clients. I tell people that I speak to all the time. We will not allow fear to stop us in what we have to do and accomplish in our plans and purpose for our lives.
Yeah, such a great thing. And I'm going to ask you more about your advice for others here in a bit, Anita. But I want to talk about, where we are in the stream of things. Hard to believe. We are, in the last couple of months of the year, people are already looking forward, myself included, to 2024 and what's coming up there. What would you say to people who have been sitting on the sidelines? They talked about what they wanted to do in 2023, but now they're saying, you know what, in 2024 I want to do X, Y, or Z. What would you say to them to help them understand the importance of starting now?
I tell you, one of the things that has helped me, and I try to tell others as well, is you got to have a game plan. You got to have a plan. The Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. So if we don't have a plan, it's hard, to reach goals and milestones and things of that nature. If we don't set those things, visually, I'm a visual person. I have to see it in front of me. If we don't set those things, then we'll never know that we achieved them. We'll never know we got there, and then to build more. So, for 2024, I would just tell people to, work your plan and plan your work. That's one of my sayings I like to say, and I've heard so many times. Write that plan out. And then the next thing with that is, have someone that helps you be accountable, or, work with someone, or a trusted friend or colleague or someone that will help push you and hold you accountable for your plans and your goals that you want to reach. So that would be some of the advice that I would give for that.
Yeah. Such a great thing, and you've been able to do so much, Anita, for sure. So you are a great resource for people to turn to. Any advice for just people out there who are just looking at you and inspired by you? What advice would you give them about, no matter where they're from, about going after their goals and dreams?
I would say to, first of all, like I said, don't allow the fear of the unknown to, hold you back. We never know what you'll never know what you can achieve until you try it. Maybe you will fail the first time, the second time, third time, but the thing is, don't quit. Keep trying till you get that, you get that thing that is yours. And because, there's billions of people on the earth, and we all have our following, our tribe, right? So I don't really believe in competition because I know my people are my people, right?
Yeah.
So say that everybody has a voice that needs to be heard. There's a message in everybody's voice, and if they want to achieve something, they definitely have the capabilities of doing that. Just trust God. Know that He trusts you to do what you're supposed to do, your calling, your purpose, your path that He's given. So don't let fear be a factor. Don't allow yourself to hold yourself back, and go after those dreams and those desires, and don't let anything hold you back.
Such great advice, and I tell you, you're hearing it from someone who definitely knows firsthand. I also love the fact, Anita, when I was prepping for this segment, that you're someone who has been able to use your own experiences and lessons to be able to help others, and I think that also can be encouraging for others, too, no matter where they may be. Again, everyone, Anita Newson has been our guest, also known as the AnitaN The Biz Coach, talking with us not only about what it's been like for her to be able to set goals for herself, achieve those goals. She's had a great 2023 with more things to come. So, Anita, how can our audience stay connected with you?
The easiest way to connect with me is I'm pretty much all things social media, AnitaN The Biz Coach, and that's BIZ for Biz, and that's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. My email is info@AnitaNTheBizCoach.com, as well as my website, www.AnitaNTheBizCoach.com.
All right. She's made it very easy for y'all. Anita, this was great. Great conversation with you. Thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. I appreciate it, and I look forward to it.
All right, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live, part of our Mississippi 6 series here on WYAD 94.1 FM. And until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying thank you all so much for being with us. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.